Hey, happy Easter. I just wanted to tell everybody I hope that you have a blessed and wonderful day and that you find great peace in this day. I also want to talk to you a little bit about what is the single biggest thing you can do in your own self-care. What is the single most important factor? What is the single most important thing you can do? And to my mind, that single most important thing is everything. You can't really take anything out of play. There is not one thing that you can do that's going to be bigger than another. It all has to be a balancing act and just getting it all to fall right. So one of the things that you can do to help alleviate the stress of the disease, and I think sometimes the stress that the disease itself brings, first of all, knowing that your body's eating itself, knowing that your body's attacking itself causes its own brand of stress. Feeling yucky every day, I don't even know, being in pain every day, watching your hair fall out every day, watching your nails split every day, your skin feeling weird every day. What is the whole realm of symptoms we go to, all the stomach, gastrointestinal junk that we go through? Every day, the battle. That causes a ton of stress on your system. How do you alleviate that stress? The word practice has a lot of different meaning to it for a lot of different people. And for some people, it just kind of brings up here she goes, that again. What I want you to know about having a practice is whether you think you do or think you don't, you have one. Everything you do, you practice. So nutrition is a practice. You either eat well or you don't, and it's doing it daily, right? If you do something daily, repetitively, it's a practice. You're practicing eating well. You're practicing not eating well. Exercise is a practice. You either practice doing it or you practice not. Mentality, right? And that's the biggest thing you normally think about when somebody says, do you have a practice? Is meditation, yoga, right? All practices. And what they're practicing when they're doing this is mentality. They're practicing, and yoga is both mental and physical, but they're practicing putting their mind in that place of like stresslessness, basically. So you're taking out all of the negative thoughts and you're either inputting something good in with what they would call a mantra, or just a phrase that rings positive and true for you. And you're focusing on a lot of times breath, heartbeat, the words that the mantra is, and so on. So whether you're practicing something positive or negative, you're practicing. So I would like to say get really aware of what your practice is. Is your practice negative? Are you practicing the thoughts that are always in your head about how bad you hurt, how well you don't feel, all the food you can't eat? Even that becomes a practice. I can't eat this, I can't eat that, and then you're practicing all the anger and angst that goes along with not being able to eat the things you think you're supposed to be able to, right? And that's just all belief and mindset, what you believe you should have versus what you in actuality can have. It's all just a belief and it's a practice. So how do you switch your practice? You literally just start doing it differently. Awareness becomes huge when you can become aware of the thought that you're having in the moment and then go to it consciously and counter it. Say it differently. So when I noticed, one of my biggest thoughts through my large phase when I was hugely overweight, my biggest thought in my head was literally, I hate myself. And I would say it, oh my goodness, whenever I'd start doing something, I'd hear myself saying it, and it would just be like playing in the background. It was the weirdest thing. And I remember one day hearing that and going, why on earth do I say that all the time? All the time. And when I finally quit saying that, when I finally started calling it out and going, no, and then I did the polar opposite. I love myself. First, it made no sense to me. And then all of a sudden, one day I got it. All of a sudden it made sense. And I was like, oh, wow, I love myself? Huh. It felt good. I was shocked. It was crazy. But it changed a lot of things for me. And so that positive, repetitive, right, saying for me made a huge difference in my life and in my world. So my question to you is, what is your practice? Please feel free to go ahead and throw it down underneath here. Is it positive or negative? Can you spell it out? Can you look at it and go, this is what I'm practicing? If you need to know how to change it, please ask. If you want to message me, please message me. We can see where we can, set up something and find out a different way to do this for you. Literally doing it different from the mentality standpoint will change pretty much everything else that's going on, because once you have it different up here, everything else starts to change. And honestly, the connection between your head and your gut is so closely interlinked, you can't really untie them. Mind is a body-wide experience. Mind, M-I-N-D, mind, a body-wide experience. You have endorphins produced and that flow from all areas. So when we engage those and get them balanced properly, things can change. Again, please feel free to type your answers below. What are you practicing? I'm really curious to hear and see. And blessings again on this day, and I hope to hear from you soon.